Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Volleyball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Whether you live in rural Iowa or in the big city, the Iowa Network Services family of companies and your local provider are working together to keep you connected by offering technology and business solutions like internet, data networking, and other business services. The INS family of companies keeping communities connected today and tomorrow.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2014 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Volleyball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
State Championship Volleyball here from the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Public Television is proud to bring you the Class 1A state title game. It's East versus West. Central Lyon takes on Holy Trinity. Hi again, everyone, and good evening with Hall of Famer Barb Randall. This is BJ Shaven. It's been an absolutely exciting day of volleyball here at the U.S. Cellular Center. And what a way to cap it off here, Barb, with a 1A title game.
Yeah, this should be exciting. Central Lyon had to beat last year's defending champs to get here, and Holy Trinity has been in this match for the last few years.
Well, as we take a look at Central Lyon, this is a team that uses a lot of players in the rotation, but Sarah Halls really has jumped to the forefront.
Yeah, they need a lot of players to win this match tonight. Halls leads in kills. She's third in this tournament. She's also third in kills per game. She's first in blocks and sixth in service aces, so expect her to be very active tonight.
And when you take a look at Holy Trinity Catholic, I mean, there's one player who's been dominating this tournament.
That's right, Michaela Fecky. She does it all. She is awesome. She leads in kill percentage. She leads in kills. She leads in kills per game, and she leads in service aces. It is a weapon. Whenever she's out there, she's hitting front court, back court, and she is headed to Nebraska next year, so she's something.
Great crowd on hand here for the Class 1A State Championship. They've come here from Fort Madison to cheer on a Holy Trinity Catholic in a short drive to this arena. And from 6 hours away, the Central Lions are here to try to see their team bring home a state championship. Here's Holy Trinity's head coach, Melissa Friesmeyer, of course, trying to win the school's first ever state title. They've been here before, but now trying to gain their first state title. And of course, on the other side for Central Lyon, as we take a look at it, they're being mic'd up actually right now, getting ready to roll, so we can hear their comments here a little bit later on. And Coach Jamie Shar has her team into the state tournament for the second time, and they too are trying to win their first ever state championship. Let's now go to tonight's public address announcer, Rick Blackwell.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the U.S. Cellular Center and the 2014 Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Tournament and this Class 1A championship match. Now let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for Central Lyon. Number 2, Maddie Knobloch. Number 6, Becca Bickerstaff. Number 7, Shaylee Struckman. Number 10, Carly Snyder. Number 11, Sydney Peterson. Number 12, Taylor Gertis. Number 13, Maddie Elbert. Number 14, Haley Iowan. The assistant coaches are Allison Holtgrew and Kelly Weiler. And now let's meet the starters for the Lions. Number 1, Becca Roskam. Number 3, Ivory Sepreda. Number 4, Sarah Hulse. Number 5, Ashley Bohr. Number 8, Janessa Herman. Number 9, Hope Rasmussen. And the libero is number 19, Angel Rasmussen. And the head coach, Jamie Shar. And now the non-starters for the Holy Trinity Catholic Crusaders. Number 4, Abby Boating. Number 5, Rachel Maymert. Number 6, Becca Steffensmeyer. Number 11, Allie Randolph. Number 10, Maggie Meyer. Number 17, Shelby Honig. Number 22, Kirsten Schaefer. And the assistant coaches are Tom Gendron, Marcy Henrich, Kelly Knudstrom, and Stephanie Morfeld. Now your starters for the Crusaders. Number 3, Maria Vandahar. Number 11, Allie Randolph. Number 14, Madeline Orton. Number 16, Kristen Brink. Number 20, Nicole Wilkins. And number 21, Michaela Fetke. Your libero is number 1, Lauren Pothatakis. And the head coach is Melissa Friesmeyer. Your officials for the match are first referee, Jan Duffy. Second referee, Kim Paddock. Your line judges are Ken Robbins and Sarah Tyne. Let's play volleyball.
It's time to get it on. It's the Class 1A State Championship here from the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. This place has been rocking all day. Ankeny Centennial winning the 5A title. Harlan in 4A. In Class 3A, the championship went to Solon. In 2A, Dike New Hartford. And here comes Central, Lyon, and Holy Trinity. Here's the Lyon starting lineup with Roskam, Sepreda, along with Halls, Bohr, Struckman, Herman, and then the Rasmussens, Hope and Angel. For Holy Trinity Catholic, the Crusaders go like this. Vandahar, along with Meyer, Randolph, Brink, Wilkins, Fecke, Schaefer, and Pothatakis at the libero. Very fun name there.
It is, and it's kind of funny because when I went for pronunciations, a couple people on the team said different things. So we actually went to her father, and he gave us the correct pronunciation.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game. What does Central Lyon need to do?
Well, Central Lyon needs to contain Michaela Fecke. Michaela Fecke is unbelievable. We'll see that in this match. She definitely stands out. You can't stop her, but you can try and get touches and continue the rally and wear Holy Trinity down. And then the other thing they need to do is hit the line. If they go anywhere near Fecke, if they hit in the middle of the court or towards cross court, Fecke's going to block it, so they need to hit line.
So here we go. Holy Trinity wearing the blue and white will be serving here with Kristen Brink. Central Lyon will try to send it over. It's partially tipped at the net, but there's going to say a net violation called here against the Crusaders. So the Lions will get the first point of the game. Here's the Crusaders' keys. And
the Crusaders need to distribute the ball to everybody. They need to get everyone involved, not just Fecke. In addition, they need to be ready for a rally because Central Lyon's defense is awesome. They're so scrappy. They get a touch on everything, so they need to expect the ball to come back to them.
Setting up. Fecke, and look out. Boom! Right away, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, she's pretty good. It's so fun to watch her play. We've seen her play now at the state tournament for the last 3 years. She's 6'3", She's headed to Nebraska. I think she's the best high school player I've ever seen, and I've seen some great players in their high school years.
Gatorade Player of the Year a year ago, and Central Lyon comes right back 2-1 after the side out. Yeah, many people expecting Central Lyon to be the heavy underdog, but that puts a lot of pressure on Holy Trinity. These two schools have never won a state title before, so there might be some nerves here early on.
I think there are some nerves, and I think it'll be interesting because Holy Trinity relies heavily on Fecky, and Central Lyon relies on everybody. They have great defenders. They play a lot of players, and they have proven that they have a lot of mettle. Last night, they came down from 0-2 down to the defending champions, Janesville, and won. So I expect a pretty well-balanced match tonight.
Becky with the kill. She set a new state record in kills in the semifinals. Some people said 37, some said 38. Irregardless,
right.
One of those numbers, it was a state record. Here's Halls keeping it alive. And Central Lyon will get the point with a little ole over the back by Cedar.
I like the ole.
Flip it out there.
Yep. And, you know, that's okay to do. You got to do some surprising, unexpected things so that the other team stays off balance.
Talking about being off balance, Becky right there from the side. The little angle shot gets it to go down.
She is so good. She has all the shots. She's a weapon from wherever. Wait till you see this serve. She's a weapon from wherever she is. She's got a ton of ace serves. She hits well out of the back row. If she's off balance, she still finds the court. She is really an amazing player.
Orton able to put that one down. And I know she has a very proud aunt who said, make sure you say number 14 a lot tonight. We just did.
Yep.
Nothing like riding an elevator in Cedar Rapids with some fans. Becky couldn't catch up with that one. And it's a rowdy crowd here for the 1A title game. Here's Halls on the serve. Orton. Wow, throwing it down like Kyle. Tied at 5 here in the opening set.
You know, that's a football reference, and I was telling the guys in the media room because they're talking about the football playoffs and how that's going. I said the only sport going on right now is volleyball. They didn't like that very much either, so.
Well, actual hardware is being handed out here tonight. Here's a nice serve by Mariah Vanderhart. And now we're starting to feel that presence of Holy Trinity. And, you know, Becky's playing in the back row. And these are some big points here for the Crusaders. They've got a 6-5 lead.
And this is actually when Central Lyon really needs to take advantage of the front row and be powerful up there because Becky's not blocking, so they can hit anywhere at this point. And there's
from the
that
middle back. A little bit of a thud.
Yeah.
Now Halls blocked at the net. And a net violation.
I will say there is a little bit of a dent in Holy Trinity's armor. Last year in the state finals, the setters were called for lifts quite often. And if you watch their technique, their wrists are a little soft. And so a lot of times it looks like the ball gets caught in there and they kind of throw it up. And that's what the refs are calling.
Holy Trinity with just 4 losses this year. They were to Ankeny, Western Christian, Johnston, and Eddyville's Blakesburg, all teams that qualified for the state tournament. And after losing last year, they really came up with the team theme called Ohana off of the Lilo and Stitch movie. Ohana, of course, means family, and they're trying to do this together. Right now, they're tied at 7 against Central Lyon. After the side out, here come the Lions ready to serve it with Becca Bickerstaff, the serve specialist. Orton blocked at the net.
And the Ohana theme has actually carried through to the community. We may hear the fans here yell, Ohana, Ohana, and that's what that's from. And the blockers were in good position there. They had their hands over the net, ready for the ball. The ball just didn't make it above the net.
Orton with a good push across. Trying to set up the side, and it was a good attempt there by Rasmussen.
Nice spot.
But Holy Trinity coming through with a quick point on the side.
Randolph did a nice job that time. She made it look like she was keeping the ball on her side of the net, and she just flipped it over her shoulder right to an open position. That was a great spot. And the blocker wasn't there because she was actually front row, so the blocker was staying with her, so in case she did dump, but a different style of tip, I guess I should say.
Coming to the near side, just one rotation away, and Fecky will be on that front line. Digs it out that time. Now they go back here to the near side. Wilkins. Here comes Central Lyon. From the side, that's blocked at the net. Good volley, back and forth. Now they set it to the middle. And too strong of a shot, but they're going to say that it was touched.
Net violation.
No, net violation called against Holy Trinity, as that was Rasmussen putting a charge into it.
Well, in that time, you can see here, it looks like Schaefer kind of moves her hands forward, and I'm not sure if she actually touched the net or not, but the ref thinks she does, and that's all that matters.
Hall's in the back will keep it alive. Now they'll set it up. Near side, as Bohr gave it a ride. Look out. Fecky, boy, held back in. Good job by Rasmussen in the back. But Holy Trinity strong at the net.
Well, and Rasmussen back there in the different colored jersey, she's the libero. The different colored jersey on each side of the net, you can see the white one on the far side and the pink one on the close side. The libero is a defensive position, and they have some special rules. They cannot set the ball to an attacker if they're standing in front of the 3-meter line. They have to make sure that they don't attack the ball above the height of the net. And so they are wearing different colored jerseys so the officials can easily visualize who has those special rules.
Fecky, ouch, wow.
And that was against a triple block. You know, she's so tall and she has long limbs, and the greatest part about it is she uses every bit of that extension. She's got a really whip of an arm there. She hits at the height of the extension of her arm, and so it's going over a lot of blocks.
And that one blocked back, and the point will go to Central Lyon.
Holy Trinity is saying that they didn't touch the ball, but the refs saw a touch, so.
So now serving will be Bohr. Kind of a misplay. Fecky keeps it alive, and Wilkins puts it across. Hall's down the line, and it's going to be out. Side out to Holy Trinity.
That's exactly what she needs to do, though. She needs to hit that line shot. You can see the shorter blocker is on the outside of the block, and she went over that blocker, just hit it a few inches out of bounds.
Allie Randolph on the serve, and it's long and will be out. A service error for Allie Randolph. And so back to Angel Rasmussen serving here. She is going to go play college volleyball somewhere in Wisconsin. Could be Stout, could be somewhere else. She just wants to go to Wisconsin, according to her coach. And here's Halls.
I like that. She just wants to be in Wisconsin. At least she knows where she wants to be. That's the first part of the decision.
Back Fecky. Boy, very strong, and powers that one through.
Well, and it's interesting. She's so diverse. She plays one rotation as an outside hitter. Here you'll see that again. See how high she is. Then she plays a couple rotations as a middle. And her hands are up there so high. She goes for balls on defense. She's an all-out player.
Fecky using some touch. And Holy Trinity with the point. 13-12 Crusaders.
By all accounts, Michaela Fecky is also a very nice, humble person. And my witness to that is that when she comes back to serve, she thanks the person that throws her the ball. They bounce her the ball and she says, "Thank you." And not many people do that.
Point goes here to Central Lyon. Fecky with 6 kills so far, tied up at 13 here.
That's a beautiful camera shot right there. You could see everything. The block was set up. You could see exactly when the ball hit the antenna. Beautiful camera work.
Fecky Whoa. Just kind of winds up and fires.
Yeah, and that ball had a little bit of side spin on it. It looked like she got just kind of the side and went around the side because it curved kind of like a curveball. Had a little bit of spin.
Has 6 aces so far here in the state tournament. One of the things she wanted to improve upon from last year was her serving. Even after being named Gatorade Player of the Year, she actually doubled her output in aces from a year ago. Here's Halls with the quick tip. Side out, Central Lyon.
Well, and that's a heads-up play by Halls there. She went up and she just threw the ball down. She thought that there was going to be a blocker up there, but I think the setter that was up there, I think she's back row, so she couldn't jump to block.
Just saw a youngster just a second ago. Happy to be making the trip here to the U.S. Cellular Center and enjoying a tight match here in the opening set, 15-14. Holy Trinity with the lead in serving. Neither team has been able to get up by as many as 2, has been about it. It's been back and forth, 15-15 now.
Well, and that was a good spot. Obviously, it was a point for Central Lyon, but, you know, they hit it right at the libero, and the libero just couldn't get it up. But they just need to keep trying different things. Right, that was down the line. Again, Fecky's in the back row, so they can basically go anywhere right now.
Quick touch over. Handled now to Orton. Blocked at the net. Central Lyon will play it ahead. Well, and a big block that time. Coming along the near side for Holy Trinity. As Allie Randolph got there to deny it.
Another look at that. Her hands are right in the path of the ball. She makes sure they're pushed over so the ball stays on the Central Lyon side of the net and the ball goes down for a point.
That's where you kind of have fun. In Class 1A, you never know what size a player is going to be, but it's the heart.
That's
Ashley
exactly
Orr,
right. Yep.
listed at 5'6" and an outside hitter.
Well, and it is all about heart. I mean, a lot of times the best players don't win. A lot of times it's based on the team and how hard they fight and how hard they work together. Another look at that deep corner.
Got it in. Herman serve, handled by Holy Trinity. Fecky. From the back to the splash and the splat.
Very nice. Well, and she just makes it look so graceful and so easy. It's not even like it's any effort for her. She already has 8 kills.
Yeah, she led the state in kills 3 straight years during the regular season. And how about that? You talk about heart. Ashley Bohr, 5'6", going up against the 6'3" Fecky. And just powered one home there to tie this one up at 17 apiece. They set up Fecky. Ouch. You can just feel the heat coming when they set it to that side.
Well, and especially if it's, you know, if it's a good 1.5 feet off the net, she's going to just put it wherever she wants it.
Halls got it in there.
Potatakas didn't like that. She was right there and she thought it was out and she didn't like that call. One thing we should talk about though is how we get these officials. Look, it's awful close there by that shot, but we get these officials. It's an interesting process, and I think it's a good process. It really has worked well. Every match throughout the season that is played, the coaches rate the officials, and so the officials that are at the state tournament are the top rated officials from throughout the season. So the coaches actually pick the officials, but it's you know, a longer process than that.
So a little bit of voting. Any campaigning or anything like that? Negative attack ads?
Nope. It's all on a rating system. If a ref gets a 1, that's good, and if they get a 5, that's bad. And so they just go by the numbers.
Good system to try to get the best of the best here, and so far we've seen that here at the state volleyball tournament. And now the Lions on a bit of a roll. 3-0 run here has them up 20-18 here in this opening set. of the Class 1A state championship, and a timeout taken here by Holy Trinity. Let's take a listen into head coach Melissa Friesmeyer's huddle.
Back in system, all right? Get back in system. Block has got to come in. The block has got to come in. We get that done, the little things. Let's go. One at a time. Here we go. Ohana, 1, 2, 3.
Ohana, nice big low.
Well, it's interesting. She wants the block coming in, and we'll see if they adjust their defense for that. If the block comes in, they need to be in a rotation defense where the backcourt player actually rotates to the line to dig that ball. And that's not the defense they've played throughout the week. They've played some rotation, but they've also played some player back, which leaves the corners wide open.
20-18, Central Lyon with the lead. How are the Lions doing this right now?
Well, it's kind of like what we've talked about. They've got a ton of heart. They have a ton of confidence after their win last night, and they don't give up. I mean, they don't appear to be afraid of this huge swing coming at them. They're in there trying to get a hand on it, and that's what it takes.
Michaela Fecky with another kill. 10 kills so far here in this opening set. Here's Orton. Handled from the back by Rasmussen. Now Halls. They set for Fecky. The touch. Boy, good attempt there by Holy Trinity, but Wilkins could not get square with the ball.
Well, Holy Trinity did what Coach Friesmeyer wanted. They brought the block in, but the back row defender didn't get her feet stopped on that line like she needs to when contact is made. So then she's moving, and the ball's moving, and it sails out of bounds. She just needs to get her foot over there. Sorry.
Cepeda serving, has yet to have an error in this tournament. Keeps it alive. Now back to Orton. Boy, good setup that time by the center for Holy Trinity.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Holy Trinity's offense. They've changed their offense from what they've run all week, and I think it might have something to do with the final match last year. They usually run a 6-2 offense with two different setters, and right now they're running a 5-1 with just Randolph. And I think part of that may have something to do with the lift calls they were receiving last year.
Fecky with her 7th ace of the tournament. Timeout going to be taken here by Central Lyon. 22-21, the Crusaders on a 3-0 run. Let's go to the Lions bench and hear from their head coach, Jamie Shar.
That's right where we need her, right? Okay, so side out, one good pass, outlet if the pass isn't there, okay? Keep communicating, great job, great touches, you gotta work hard.
So after the timeout, Central Lyon trying to regain their composure. A big run here, and Fecky's been at the serve. She's ready to whip it again as the University of Nebraska recruit. Now to the middle, Halls. And it's going to be ruled out long. And the Crusaders get the point. 23-21. Orton found her spot. Orton with her 4th kill of the set. And now it is set point. What a run here by Holy Trinity. A 5-0 run puts them in position to win the opening set.
Well, I'm wondering if Fecky's tired. She seems like in these timeouts, it seems like she's taking a little extra time, trying to get maybe a little extra breath. I can't really tell, but you know, it is a grueling week. This whole week of state volleyball. There's a lot of excitement. She's under a lot of pressure. She's had a ton of interviews. Everybody wants to know what Michaela Fecky's doing.
And now trying to focus in on the ball and serve this one here for the set point. Dug out by Rasmussen. Halls puts it across. Orton will push. Now the tip to Orton. Blocked at the net.
You know, one of the most fun things about volleyball is the celebration after each point. I mean, each point is exciting, and we'll watch this again at the net. That's a great block. Their hands weren't completely pushed over, but they were pushed over enough to send the ball back.
Becky can't get into it. 24-22 your score. Central Lyon trying to keep this game alive. Still set point. Now to Orton. Kept up back to the near side. That one's blocked back. Rasmussen will save it. And they'll put it across with Cedar. Here's Becky. A little sideline shot. And now Rasmussen plays it ahead. And Halls will push it across. Good volley. Becky.
Well, I think that was going out.
Went high and went with a charge. And the Crusaders take the opening set 25-22.
You know, it's hard to decide when you're back there and that ball's coming at you so fast. It's hard to make a decision that quickly, and you just have to kind of trust your gut.
So Holy Trinity gets the first set at 25-22. And we'll be back in a moment here on Iowa Public Television.
'Twas December in Iowa when all through the town not a family was stirring. They'd gathered around. By their TVs they sat with anticipation of programs to come in great celebration. Now Kristen, then Jackie, and Bing Crosby too. Poirot and Downton, some history for you. Make your life better, enjoy an old tune. Shows from Iowa all the way to the moon. Starting on Friday, November 28, come programs and guests to make viewing great.
Hi, I'm Charity Nebby. Celebrate the holidays with us on Iowa Ingredient.
You want to try one of those, Charlotte?
Charlotte, that is beautiful. We've invited several members of our Iowa Public Television family for a visit to talk about their holiday traditions and delicious recipes. And we're all bringing our families, too. And we are making fudgens. It's a flavorful and fun-filled IPTV family holiday celebration on Iowa Ingredient.
First set goes to Holy Trinity. Prior to the match, we caught up with Sarah Halls on her thoughts of this championship game.
I know they're a really good hitter. Yeah, I just think that if we hit the ball and do a lot of quick offense, that they won't be able to dig it up to her, so I think we can really stay with them.
Sarah Halls on her thoughts and trying to defend Holy Trinity. And now Michaela Fecky has her own thoughts about playing her final game here in Cedar Rapids.
I think we just need to take a deep breath. Last year, I think we were a little on edge and we just weren't quite ever able to get ourselves out of it. And this year we were able to, you know, we came in calm and not so jittery. And I think that really helped us to pull out 2-3 set wins. And I think tomorrow night we just need to come in the same calm and just give it everything we got and just go for it.
Well, they've gone for it. And they've cashed in. They won the first set 25-22. This after being down by a couple of points. Then they had the big 5-0 run, which helped cap off that opening game. So we're ready for the second set to get underway. And this could be a key one here for Central Lyon. It has to be key for them.
Well, I think so because, I mean, so far they've done a great job. We've seen teams this week that have come in and you can tell they're afraid. And Central Lyon has done a great job of not showing that they're afraid. They step in there and they try and dig the ball.
Boy, a burner put out there by Fecky.
Knock some stuff over on the scoreboard, on the scorer's table. So it's like a rocket.
1-0 Crusaders, and now they're serving with Allie Randolph. Halls, too strong, and it's a 2-0 Holy Trinity lead.
Well, and the Lions kind of started like this last night, too, against Janesville. They kind of, you know, had to get the nerves out a little bit. I don't know if it was nerves, but they had to get kind of the feel of the game. And even if they get down this set, I don't think you can count them out because they are poised and they know each other and they're very confident.
This is a big 3-0 run put together by the Crusaders here. Now they've figured things out. Halls with the tap. Held back, good job by the libero.
Well, and that's a perfect spot. She went right over the outside blocker's hands. The libero had to be at that sideline. It was perfect. The ball was in, and the libero just couldn't handle it.
3-1 your score. Whoa, Becky.
The other thing about her is she doesn't miss very often. I mean, there are, you know, outside hitters that make a lot of errors, and there are middle hitters that make a lot of errors, but Becky doesn't miss really very often. She might, you know, get a touch on a block or something like that, but she doesn't have a lot of errors.
And Hall is able to tip that one through. 4-2 Crusaders.
Perfect swing by Halls, nice and high off the fingertips of the blocker so that it goes deep out of the court and can't be run down by that backcourt defender.
Here's Ivy Cepeda. She's actually going to go on to play college softball. Her choices, Morningside or Northwestern of Orange City. And there's a service error, her first service error here of the state tournament. And Becky will now serve. She's been pretty effective in that position tonight.
Just a little miscommunication on that swing.
And that one's going to be ruled in. Job well done there by Holy Trinity's Maggie Meyer.
Well, in that time, you know, they hit the golden corner, but Central Lyon usually plays a rotation defense. Yeah, that deep corner is wide open.
That one at the net.
Nice up.
Rasmussen. Now in the center, that one's going to be blocked out.
That was a great up by Becca Roscom. She was right there, great up, able to, you know, get another swing at that ball because of that up, and you just have to be alert all the time.
Now to the middle.
That's a nice strong swing by Roscom. That's what they need to do, especially when Fecky's in the back row. But they just need to execute those and make sure that they stay in the court.
And a big run here by the Crusaders. They lead it 8-2. Let's go to the Holy Trinity bench.
On our hitting, that nice passes from the back row, communicating well. We just keep doing that. The little things, ladies, the little things, and life's going to be good. Let's go. Here we go. Ohana, 1, 2, 3.
Melissa Friesmeyer with a quick speech. She, of course, teaches health education there at Holy Trinity, plus physical education. And do the little things, life will be good. I wonder if that's part of her health class.
It could be. I mean, that is kind of what you should be doing in life, right? Taking care of business.
Becky ready to launch again. 6-point advantage for the Crusaders. Halls gets it across. Side out, Lions. They really needed that.
Well, and Halls is doing a nice job of making sure that the Lions stay in this match. She's going up, swinging hard. She's not afraid to swing when the block's up there, and she's making sure she's showing her leadership.
Halls will be playing college volleyball at Northwestern of Orange City. Into the middle, Rasmussen plays it up. Cepeda now back to the near side, and the Lions quick to react there. From the back. There's Rasmussen again here to the near side. And a quick punch there by Central Lyon, Shaylee Struckman.
Well, and those long rallies favor Central Lyon. Central Lyon, you know, all they are hoping for, get the ball back and hope that Holy Trinity makes a mistake. And Central Lions, they don't make that many mistakes.
Dug out by Halls. And placed across by Boer. At the net, some confusion, and they're going to say it's a double hit.
No, I think the players ran into the net. One of the players ran into the net. They ran into each other, kind of lost control, and one of them hit the net. That's too bad on a dig like that. Well, yep. On a dig like that, when you get a nice dig, everybody has to be ready and communicating, because that is a huge, well, not really an advantage, but it's a huge positive point when you dig that ball.
Roscom able to get that one down. 9-5 your score. Holy Trinity started out on a big run, had an 8-2 advantage. Now it's starting to get trimmed down a little bit. Central Lyon serving here with Bickerstaff. Well, blocked at the net, but blocked inside of the net as Hope Rasmussen could not get it over.
Well, in that time, Rasmussen, her arms just went straight up instead of being pushed over the net. And if they would have been pushed over the net, her timing was good. She was right there. Would have been a block for the Lions. Just like that. Same thing. On that one, Schaefer, her hands were just straight up in the air, and the ball gets stuck there and then rolls down your front. And it's harder than anything to play that ball that's rolling down your front. If you push your hands over the net, then you have a much better chance at getting the block. Of course, it's easier said than done.
Right. Boer puts it across. Wilkins with the shot. Nicole Wilkins, the 5'9" senior, gets her first kill here of the match. 11-6 Crusaders. Now Brink will serve. 100% so far on serving here at the state tournament. And at the net, Cepeda.
Well, that time Cepeda had the right idea. It's just that she wasn't quite high enough and couldn't get it over the tape on the net. Basically, the net blocked her. But I think that shot's open.
Boy, from the side, a good angle for Central Lyon as Hope Rasmussen drilled it.
Well, and Rasmussen challenged Fecky that time. Fecky was blocking in the middle, and Rasmussen went cross court, and she was able to get it past her.
Halls.
That's a nice line swing. I think Holy Trinity thought maybe it went outside the antenna, but the line judges lined up with that antenna, and that's what they're there for. But it was a great line shot. Great strategy.
12-8 Crusaders. Fecky blocked at the net. Here she goes again. And that one will be ruled in.
She's so good. She is so good. And she doesn't get rattled. You know, even if she would have gotten blocked again, watch this shot. It's just perfect. I mean, you can't write it any better than that. She's so good.
Great control. Unbelievable control.
I've never seen control like it. It's awesome.
That time blocked at the net. 13-9. Crusaders side out, and now Rasmussen will serve. Angel in her second year being the libero. And that one's going to be out.
And I'd like to say I think Angel Rasmussen does an excellent job as the libero. She's back there. She controls the backcourt. If there's a free ball or any kind of slow ball coming over, she makes sure she takes it and makes a perfect pass out of it.
And that one, Cepeda, too strong.
Well,
side out goes to Holy Trinity.
Yeah, I think she just misdirected it a little bit too far to the right. As you can see, it's close, but it is called out. Those line judges are lined up right on the line, so they have a very good angle.
Hall sends it deep, but held in by Holy Trinity. Orton shot, kept alive. Here's Halls. Cedar. Fecky. Back to the middle. Cedar keeps it alive and poked over by Roscom. Fecky, strong but in. That one just got in. Is that the golden corner?
That was the golden corner. Basically, wherever Fecky hits is golden.
Right.
But yeah, that's the golden corner. That was awesome.
And Fecky at the net shows how much of an advantage she has with her height.
Well, and those arms. They talk about when you have your wingspan out, it's supposed to be the same length as your height, but I bet hers is longer. She's just got really long limbs.
There it is again. You know, a lot of people say volleyball is going to take you places. And for Fecky, it's taken her all the way to Guatemala, playing for Team USA over the summer in amateur volleyball. And what an experience that had to be. But she said it really helped out her game overall. Here she goes again.
Well, and I think for a player of her caliber, she really needs to play against some great competition and that's how she's going to get better, because playing against people who are 5'5", 5'6", that's not going to necessarily make her better.
Well, timeout taken here by Central Lyon after a 5-0 run here by Holy Trinity. You see Fecky at the net. 17 kills so far. Let's take a listen inside of the Crusader bench.
Here we go. Ohana, 1, 2, 3.
Not too earth-shattering that time. We got in there a little late, but you know, if I'm Coach Friesmeier, I'm telling him, keep it going. You're doing the right stuff. You're paying attention to the things that matter. Those rallies that they're not used to having rallies. The rallies, they're staying in them. They're able to get another swing, and they make sure the ball stays in until they can get a nice hard swing at it.
Well, the Lions are now out of timeouts for the rest of this set. 18-10 Crusaders. Wilkins will serve. Cedar over to Halls. Played back to Fecky. Look out.
Nice.
And it went off of the head, actually, by Roscom. Halls will play it over. And that one is in from the side. Look out for Orton.
Well, Orton and Fecky get almost every set on the Holy Trinity team. And so if it doesn't go to Fecky, expect it to go to Orton. But one of the things that the Lions are doing right now that is so effective against Fecky is they're getting a touch on the block. And you can see how that slows the ball down so the back row defense can play the ball up. And that's crucial.
And a little bit of frustration here on Central Lyon, just underplaying or overplaying certain balls.
Well, in a situation like this, where you're against that, holy cow, that might leave a mark.
That was a mommy hit. Wow.
Yeah.
You're asking for your mommy after that one. Check this out.
Oh, and good for Rasmussen staying in there and taking it.
Halls with the shot of her own. Well, that ended a long run there by Holy Trinity. 21-11. They were on an 8-0 run. And now the Lions trying to make their mark back. Cedar.
A little bit of a difficult set there for Cedar. The player that she wanted to set, that she was in the best position to set, had just been down on the ground, and you can't really set that player. They can't get up and attack it. So she had to just throw it up there for someone to send it across.
So Cedar will serve it again, 21-12. Fecky. And at the net, and Central Lyon was into the net.
And that's what, those are the little things that they can't afford, because they're getting touches on the ball, they're getting digs. This ball was dug, and they have a net foul, and those are the little things that they need to tighten up so that they can get back into this match.
Becky with another ace, her second of this championship match in Class 1A. And into the net again goes Central Lyon.
And that's all about the pass. That time, the pass was just too tight. Seaperda could not get there and set the ball without being under the net.
Set point. Becky. Halls. Back to Orton. Played to the middle, and Central Lyon will get the point with Becca Roscom.
Roscom did a nice job that time. You know, that's a difficult ball because it's so close to being on the other side of the net, and if she reaches over and touches it on the other side of the net, it's a foul. So she did a great job of controlling herself to stay on her side.
Pushed across by Struckman. Now over to Orton, and she'll get the set point. 25-13, your final. Here in the second set, the Crusaders are a set away from winning their first ever state championship in volleyball. Now, Iowa Public Television brings you highlights from last weekend's 2014 high school girls swimming and diving championship. Here's Paul Yeager.
The girls' high school state swimming and diving competition brings the best from across the state. They compete both individually and as team, and those relays can really be intense. Lane assignments for the 200 freestyle relay. Cedar Falls in 3, Pleasant Valley 4, West Des Moines Valley in 5, Cedar Rapids Kennedy is in lane 6. They're into the pool here, and you can see Waukee in lane 2, taking the lead with Maddie Gerke. Gerke was the co-swimmer of the meet. She had 2 gold performances already coming into this race. At the first exchange, it is still Gerke and the Warriors as Alex Thorson jumps into the pool. Fast forward now to the 4th leg, and Pleasant Valley has taken a lead with Grace Story.
There was I don't know, I just put my head down and tried to finish. I looked around and I was like, I don't want to get freaked out and see other people, so I just put my head down and tried to finish as best as I could.
Now to the 400 freestyle. The final meet of the day, and the team title is still up for grabs. Off the blocks in a hurry is Valley's Lauren Conti, and now to the last lap with Mariah Moore as she describes the final 25 yards.
I like the pressure of having to catch up to people and hopefully win like we did today. And it's just a really good feeling when I do win, and being able to win for my team and just bigger than myself. So.
Valley wins the relay. Pleasant Valley is 2nd, Linn-Mar is 3rd. Here are the final standings for the team competition. Pleasant Valley was 1st, Ames 2nd, Cedar Falls was 3rd, Valley of West Des Moines 4th, and Linn-Mar of Marion was 5th.
Welcome back here to the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. You see the scores. Holy Trinity winning the first 2 sets. They've got the advantage. Now they're rolling into the 3rd set, and joining us now is the head coach of Holy Trinity, Melissa Friesmeyer. Coach, just a set away from getting the school's first ever state title. Your team has been playing very well to this point.
You know, they have, and, they're doing the little things that we've talked about this morning and what they need to do to get this done, and, they're excited, and, they're out here and they're having a good time.
Coach, what changes do you expect in this next set?
I expect that Central Lyon will not lay down. They've come back in down 2 games last night, so, we can't relax and we can't relax and just not play. We got to come out here and stay aggressive like we've been doing all night.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. So it's the 3rd set of this Class 1A state championship. 4 titles have already been handed out to Ankeny Centennial, Harlan, Solon, and Dike New Hartford. And Holy Trinity will start serving here in the 3rd set.
Wow, and you can hear the contingent here from Fort Madison.
So Kristen Brink will serve here. Central Lyon trying to dig themselves out of a hole. They've done this a couple of times this year. Blocked at the net. And played over. And look out. Herman able to try to save it, but no backup on the play for Cedar.
That's too bad, because Cedar had that ball. If someone would have followed her, and generally what we talk about in volleyball is you follow, because a lot of times you can only get the ball a few feet. So you follow your teammate and help them get the ball over the net.
Becky with her 19th kill. Rasmussen over. Dug out nicely from the back row by Pothotakis. Now to Becky. Boom.
The line judge had to move out of the way. She was going to get hammered, so she had to turn her back.
Out of pure fear. Yeah. That one's in. Trust me. Man, some cannon shots, and you can tell from the hitters here at the state tournament which ones can really swing at the ball with some effectiveness. Becky again this time took a little off. Play a little give and go, and oh my gosh, that hurt the floor, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a dent. That was always one of my goals as a player, and I'd go in and I'd talk to my strength and conditioning coach, and I'd say, okay, help me lift harder so I can make a dent in the floor.
Allie Randolph picking up a couple of assists here and back-to-back points. 3-0 Crusaders. Now the Lions on the board. 3-1. Central Lyon serving here with Ashley Bohr. 5 aces here in the state tournament. Good receiving team has been Holy Trinity. Have not allowed an ace yet. Halls. Becky. Strong shot. Another kill.
Well, in that time, Halls may have stuck an arm out when the libero Rasmussen could have had the ball. Maybe not. But, you know, you're tempted to just stick an arm out to try and get something on it, and sometimes you just have to trust your defense. But that time, I think it was out of Rasmussen's reach.
Becky again. Winds up and delivers. 5-1 Crusaders.
Well, and they're really making it look a lot easier than it is. You know, this has been a hard-fought week. Both these teams have had some interesting matches, and it's not as easy as Becky's making it look right now.
And the Crusaders rack up another point. You know, we've seen some big-time hitters. You know, we're seeing one tonight, Michaela Becky. In the 5A game, Jaylee Winters really rose to the occasion for Centennial along with her teammates in the front row. And Halls comes up with a big point here for Central Lyon. And then, of course, in 4A, Jess Shaben had a big performance today for Harlan. You know, and Dike New Hartford also had their swingers there, too. But, I mean, this state tournament, there's a reason why volleyball is becoming more and more popular here in the state of Iowa. In fact, according to a latest study, volleyball across the nation is becoming the most participated sport for high school girls. And there's always some activity, and everyone gets a chance to play or be a part of the action.
Well, and, you know, there are some great coaches in the state who really work on making sure that everybody who goes out feels like they're a part of the team and they're equal to everyone else. I was talking with Nevada coach Will Bauman a little bit. He really works hard on the mental aspect and making sure that they are a team and that they do have a good experience with the sport and that they learn more than just volleyball from it. And that is huge. It's when you can take something away from it and put it into your real life, that's when it becomes so valuable.
And that one long. It's now 9-2 Crusaders on a big run, and Central Lyon trying to rotate in as Sydney Peterson will now come in. She'll come in for Roscom. 9-2, and the Holy Trinity Crusaders feeling it. Now a service error here by Wilkins. And Ivy Seaperda will serve. Fecky. And Rasmussen. Good dig that time, though, by Meyer. Orton with the shot.
Well, and, you know, the Lions are getting a lot of touches on balls. It's just then they shank out of bounds and are unplayable. But they do a nice job with their defense. They are getting touches, and they just need to be able to play those balls and send them back over.
Now to the side, Orton. And again, another shot down the line from Madeline Orton. And a timeout going to be taken here by Central Lyon. Third set, Crusaders have an 11-3 lead.
Here's another look at Orton's line shot. Right on the line. She loves that.
Let's go to hear what head coach Jamie Shar has to say for Central Lyon.
We worked on this all year. Who has the ball over the block? That girl sitting right back. Trust your teammates. Put the phantom hand away. You have to work together. You're beating yourselves right now. Get out of it. Come on. One time out of that.
Well, I think she has the right idea. You know, it's back to the fundamentals. It's back to the things that they drill on every single day. It's making sure that they're communicating and that they trust each other.
11-3, Crusaders with the advantage. And now Fecky will be serving. She has 2 aces along with her 24 kills. I think the Engravers are already out back. They've got her name on the all-tournament team list for sure, probably captain. Fecky with the quick tap. And Hall's blocked at the net.
Nice job by Schaefer. She moved the block. There was a little bit of a hole in the block, but she stayed right where she was and took that cross-court angle away.
And Fecky will serve. Orton.
That time I don't think there was a touch that time. But she, you know, again, she wanted that line shot. She likes that line shot. I think the Lions were giving her a little bit of a line, but didn't make it over the net. That time Snyder took a swing kind of cross court. I think the block was giving her line, but you know, she wasn't quite in position. The ball wasn't pushed out far enough to be able to hit the line, so she tried a cross court shot.
And Halls will serve. Have a lot of work to do to try to get back into this one. And need a big run or two.
Well, and one of the things that I've been telling everybody all week, and I'm sure they're sick of hearing me say it, is this is why volleyball is so great, because that comeback aspect is always right there on the edge. You can always come back from any deficit.
13-5. It's an 8-point game right now. 2-0 lead for Holy Trinity. And Mariah Vandehar will serve. Seaperda tries to set up her teammate, but it's blocked at the net.
Well, in that time, Bohr just, you know, she just couldn't get it past the block. She got a couple attempts, couldn't get it past the block. Good for her for staying aggressive and trying to keep that rolling, but it just didn't get past the block.
Little knuckler across. Holy Trinity to Orton.
Nice defense back there in their rotation defense. They've got that line covered.
Becky. Becky will find you when you're least expecting it. And I don't think Halls was expecting that shot to come to her.
Another look at that. She was in decent position, just kind of went off her hands instead of the platforms of her arms, which are technically the forearms.
Becky. And Halls with the push. 15-5 your score. And a kill shot there by Schaefer.
Yeah, she's doing a nice job. She went in, she hit that cut back angle, and from here it was kind of hard to tell if it was in or out, but the line judge was certain, so no question there.
Vander Haar on the serve. Bohr with the tap. Orton down the line and in.
She is, I mean, I think she's right on the white line of the boundary. It can't be too far in the court. She is just, it's like a magnet.
17-5 the Crusaders. A few more points away from bringing home the hardware, and a timeout going to be taken here by Central Lyon. Let's take a listen into the Holy Trinity bench.
We're covering the tips. We're getting everything done, okay? Ladies, I know it's right there. We still got to go 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time, and let's get this done, all right? We can do it. Let's go.
Push, hey, let's go!
Seriously, I'll talk about your math skills. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Somebody needs to go back to math class, it sounded like. I didn't hear the whole thing, but.
She wants to take every point one at a time, and Ohana, the team's theme throughout the year, again, which means family. They picked it off of the movie Lilo and Stitch, and trying to do it as a family at Holy Trinity in their 5th state tournament appearance, trying to win their first ever title. Vander Haar will serve. Just left up to the middle. And nobody home. 17-6, side out, Central Lyon.
Well, and they, on both sides that time, they both kind of got it into each other's way. That short serve caused it for Central Lyon, and that's why you use a short serve, because then the hitter had to take a different pattern out and around the person who passed it, which makes it harder to hit that shot.
Becky will put it up. Orton. Back here to the near side. Bohr long on the attempt. 18-6 Crusaders.
Well, and good rally on both sides. Both teams are getting the ball up. They're making sure that they don't let any ball hit the floor without a body on the floor, and that's kind of the rule of the game.
Sieperda and Halls. Back to the near side. Wilkins. Dug out nicely by Vander Haar. Becky.
Well, and that's a tricky play to block, because they have Orton coming in as a front row attacker and Becky coming in. Look at that. So the blocker doesn't exactly know which hitter it's going to. It's a little difficult.
And an ace.
Well, this is certainly not how Central Lyon hoped their evening would go this evening, and I'm sure Coach Shar is hoping that they get some of the fire that they had last night to come back from 0-2.
4 points away is Holy Trinity here from closing this one out. A lot of dreams have been made here at the U.S. Cellular Center, and a lot of dreams have been dashed. And the Crusaders.
And that time a little bit of miscommunication between Schaefer and the setter, Randolph was going for it, but I think it was right in Schaefer's hands, so she thought she should take it. My setter used to yell at me for that. Rightly so. I mean, she's the setter, even though I wanted to try and get in there, but yeah.
This is a runaway freight train here in the third set. 22-7, the Crusaders with the advantage, and serving now with Kristen Brink. Fecky. Man, when she cocks that arm.
Well, and she's calling for the ball every time. You can hear her call a 2, nice high middle set. She just goes up and cranks on it.
Becoming the closer is Michaela Fecky, the 6'3" senior, trying to cap off a wonderful career, but with a title. Something that's eluded her and her teammates the last 4 years. And now Fecky with the quick tap, and we are at championship point.
Well, in that time, she really didn't have much of a choice. The ball was a little bit out of her reach, and she just had to poke it.
And serving for the title will be Kristen Brink, the senior for Holy Trinity. Herman, Sieperda. Now it's put across. They'll look to set for Fecky. Here it is. And it's a good block at the net by Central Lyon.
You gotta love that. They still have some fight.
Hope Rasmussen. With the photogs going, the light bulbs. And Central Lyon showing some grit. Here's Fecky. There's your game winner, and there's your title for Holy Trinity.
One of the Holy Trinity assistant coaches went running out there, then realized they were all on the floor and decided that she's going to go back and hug the staff instead. I wouldn't want to be crawling around on that floor either.
Holy Trinity Catholic, your Class 1A champions. They do it in 3 sets, 25-22, 25-13, and 25-8. Their first ever state title.
Well, and it's extra sweet because they've been in this match before and not won it. Here's a look at that point again.
Fitting that it goes to Michaela Fecky. They set her up a couple of times to try to polish this game off. So Holy Trinity does get her done here for the Class 1A state championship, and what a day. Centennial wins it in 5A, Harlan in 4A, Solon in 3A, Dyke, New Hartford, and Central Lyon falls here to Holy Trinity. Now let's go to the public address announcer for the announcement of the all-tournament team.
Member Greg Thomas and Executive Director Mike Dick, presenting the 2014 2A all-tournament team is John Sambothi, Regional Manager for the Iowa Farm Bureau. The 2014 all-tournament team, Hope Rasmussen, Central Lyon. Madeline Orton, Holy Trinity Catholic. Peyton Benson, Tripola. Shelby Schnerstein, Janesville. Kendall Sorgi, Janesville. Sarah Halse, Central Lyon. And Michaela Fecky, your all-tournament captain, Holy Trinity Catholic.
So Fecky, your team captain, along with Hope Rasmussen, Madeline Orton of Trinity Catholic, Peyton Benson of Tripola, Shelby Schernstein of Janesville, Kendall Sorgi of Janesville, and Sarah Halls of Central Lyon, also a part of that Class 1A all-tournament team. What a group in Class 1A. So let's now go to the trophy presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Class 1A state volleyball runner-up from Central Lyon Lions and head coach, Jamie Shar. And now your 2014 1A champions, Coach Melissa Friesmeyer and the Crusaders of Holy Trinity Catholic.
They ran him over.
Holy Trinity wanted that championship, and they were not to be denied, even by the trophy presenter, to get it. And a job well done there by the Crusaders of Holy Trinity Catholic out of Fort Madison. They win their school's first ever Class 1A state championship. And how about Michaela Fecky, her line tonight? 29 kills, 3 errors on 52 swings.
I can't do math that quickly, but that's a pretty good hitting percentage.
Yeah, just right at 50%. Well, that's going to wrap up our day here on Iowa Public Television here at the U.S. Cellular Center. Your winners in Class 5A, Ankeny Centennial, and 4A Harlan, 3A Solon, Dike New Hartford wins it in 2A, and in 1A, Holy Trinity gets it done over Central Lyon. For Barb Randall, the rest of the crew, BJ Shaven saying so long for now. We'll join you again in March for the State Girls Basketball Championships. You've been watching Iowa High School Volleyball right here on Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Volleyball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Whether you live in rural Iowa or in the big city, the Iowa Network Services family of companies and your local provider are working together to keep you connected by offering technology and business solutions like internet, data networking, and other business services. The INS family of companies keeping communities connected today and tomorrow.
Fairway, along with Mondelez Nabisco, Wells Blue Bunny, and Frito-Lay, is a proud sponsor of the 2014 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Volleyball Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.